Welcome to Game Crunch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia, and with me today we have Nick.
Hello.
And Brandon.
Hello.
We're here to talk about games and things.
Mm-hmm.
Games.
Things and games.
Yep.
Games.
Things in games.
Game
games
things. Yep.
Yeah. I don't think nothing new's come out this week, so it's just kind of whatever. Well, Smash, we got Pyra and, oh my god, I almost said Myrna again. Mythra in Smash out this week. That's new, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So there's
apparently something pretty big was announced today for from Bethesda and Xbox. You know.
Yeah, that's in the news there we got there.
Yeah.
No, but something else was announced just a few hours ago.
Yeah, that's in the news.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah. Is that not what you're talking about?
Okay.
Yep. Number one. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. I was like, I think we got the big one. We'll get there, though. That's the news. Let's talk about what we've been playing. I'll start with Smash. Nick, have you played it at all?
Yeah, no, I haven't played Smash in like a year. Like, at this point, the only time I boot up Smash is to run my online events.
See, I figured you'd at least try out the new characters.
I don't care to,
There you go.
Honestly. So, spoilers about Smash. I like hosting the tournaments. I like playing the game. However, I refuse to play the game online competitively, either for casuals or for non-casual matches. And I'm the kind of person who benefits from learning a character by playing in person against somebody. So, like, I could like get on there and like jump around a few times with Pythra and be like, okay, cool. But like I wouldn't get much out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't really touch it.
Yeah,
I think that they are my favorite character in Smash Brothers to play as now.
That is honestly, I've been hearing a lot of good things about her as a character. That she's like, this is like the typical kind of like talk that you get when a new character comes out. Oh, they're broken. Oh, they're top 5. They're this. They're that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, like this character is legitimately like a super, super good character because of the kind of shit that she can pull off.
Yeah.
So,
and I hear some stuff's broken-ish, so I'm sure some things will be tweaked.
mm-hmm.
But I do really like the balance. Like I like that, you know, I go to a stage and, you know, maybe I'll beat things up with Pyra and I'll just be like, oh, I'm getting fucked because of speed, and I'll switch over to Mythra and I'll start, you know, running around and doing those things. I'm really bad at getting her cheats move to work, her foresight, which is, I guess, what I've read is one of the big things that get people bent out of shape about her, because it just gives her so much of an advantage if it's used correctly. But yeah, no, I really enjoy the way that they play. I think it's a pretty nice balance between, at least to me, like, you know, I'm not like super into Smash. Like I don't play it competitively. I just play it to have fun. And I find them just really enjoyable to play as. And it actually got me to go back through. I've been like just grinding through like the spirit board, just be like, you know, fuck it, I'm just gonna do some spirits and just have some fun getting some of that kind of stuff. I don't know. I like the character. I like the music that they put in for the game, and I just think they're just fun to play as, which is just nice. Like I don't always feel about that with every character. Like I know there's a couple where I was just like, no. I mean, you're there, you're a character. But these ones I genuinely enjoy playing as. Like Sephiroth, I don't even know if I've played Sephiroth since they did that like early release thing. When they had, you know, where you could unlock them and play as them early. Like I played as them then, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, whatever.
I didn't even do that. I said I didn't even do that.
Yeah. And then what was it? Min Min? Yeah, that was cool. All the arms music's cool. There. That's kind of, you know, whatever. Violet, you know, cool. Terry, didn't care about.
Yo, I've not played anyone since Banjo. Just saying.
Banjo was, I think, the last character I enjoyed, but even then, like, it did not keep me captivated for, you know, more than like a day. But
honestly, same. I mean, I had fun playing it, but I have not gone back since Banjo. Literally, every time there's a Smash announcement, I'm like, I can't wait to see what this cool CGI opening video is going to be for whatever character it's announced. That's like why I watch them. Like that's the only reason.
It is always the best part. I think I said it too when we talked about it. Like Pyra and Mythra's unveil video is probably one of my favorite ones that they've done, and
it's pretty good.
I think we talked about it too last week when Sakurai did his direct, but he said it was the first one he hasn't directed himself. Like the intro video, he let Monolith Soft do it themselves. So They're just like, do whatever you want, story wise. And obviously they have a good understanding of the characters, so I thought they did a really good Smash video. So, and I think
Yeah,
too,
I like the video too.
Yeah. And one thing I think they actually did well with Smash, and they always do, like it's not like it's a surprise, but I think that they pull off like the personality and the characters well. So, especially just the difference between Pyra and Mythra, in terms of Pyra is like an apologize for everything type person, and Mythra is just kind of like hold my beer. And, like just even their mannerisms, you can kind of like tell the difference, even without like too much voice acting between them. I enjoy it, and even just the little cameos by Rex, I really like that. I still love Rex's line in the intro video where he's like, "Oh, I thought I was gonna be in Smosh." It's just great. I don't know. I love it. I think it's great. Like if you like Smash, like I don't know about competitively, but if you like it just casually, I think you'll enjoy Pyra and Mythra. Just try them out. And that's all I got to say about Smash. Don't you guys have anything else on it?
Cool.
Really, I was surprised though. Actually, the only other small thing I have to say about Smash, I guess I didn't really notice like how much they've been going through and adding like spirits as time has gone on. Like I've known they've added them for the DLC packs, like when they come out, like they they add the little screens where you can go through and get the ones for the DLC characters. But I was going through and there was ones in there that like there was like ring fit ones. I was like, I didn't even realize that you guys were adding them that regularly as you were going on. So there's more stuff in Smash than you remember. There's like 1,400 songs. 1,400 spirits, and it's like 1,000 something songs at this point. It's pretty wild. So, anyways, Triangle Strategy. That's the next game we got.
You played it this time. Yeah.
So I can hear your opinion. Did you play it too, Brandon?
Absolutely not.
Oh. You said yep. I was like, oh yeah, there we go.
No, I said yep that he played it. I didn't play shit. I had a pay-per-view this weekend. That's it.
How did my girl do in your pay-per-view, by the way?
What?
The Asian wrestler who's been at AEW. What's her name?
Which one? Sheeta?
You know exactly which one I'm talking about.
Sheeta.
No,
holy Sheeta. I don't know actually who you're talking about.
Hold on. I like her because she's on Twitter and she learned how to say fuck.
Oh, Makito. Hell yeah.
Her. Yep.
Okay, so actually, that's her whole thing. She is a her character gimmick. You know what? When we get to me, I'll answer any of your questions.
Love her.
We'll talk about that.
Anyway,
that's what I've got to talk about.
Yeah. So yeah, Triangle Strategy. I don't like
Strategy of the Triangle.
I do not like it.
You don't like it. All right. Damn.
I told you it's funky. You guys were all like, "Oh, it's just maybe it's more like Final Fantasy Tactics." It's just kind of weird. It's not bad.
It's not.
But...
You know what it is? Actually, this was a shower thought that I had.
A shower thought.
Is like, okay, imagine you have all the ingredients for a meal, right? And you give those like ingredients to Gordon Ramsay, and then you give the same exact ingredients to like, I don't know, like an I won't say Olive Garden because they don't actually cook food there, but like a line cook, right? Not to disqualify a line cook, but like the meal you get from Gordon Ramsay is going to be the better meal, right? That's what you would expect.
You would hope.
So I'm comparing Gordon Ramsay as like the original Square Enix team who did like tactics games to now HD 2D making their own tactics games. It has a lot of the components of a tactics style game that I like, but I feel like the way they went about it is just
they didn't
not
quite know the way to cook it or any of that stuff.
Exactly.
It wasn't prepped right, I get what you're saying.
That's my exact thoughts on it, because it's not terrible, right? Like it's not bad, but like it's very one-dimensional to me in terms of combat. Yeah. And I think they're all over the place with what kind of units they want to have in combat.
They had too many different types.
And there's like 4 different spellcasters?
That's the thing, because the same thing happened with Octopath Traveler. When it had its demo, people were like, "Yeah, this is not that good. There's like some issues you guys have here." And then they sent out the survey, and then people told them what their personal issues with the game were, and then they listened to the fan feedback and they worked around that and tried to make the game better. And in the end, they actually made the game way better than the demo of Octopath Traveler. So I'm hoping that that's the same outcome here.
That is my
already
hope.
sent me my survey for it. I just remembered I haven't done it yet.
I don't think they sent me a survey yet.
I got it like a couple days after I played it, like maybe a week.
I played it last Saturday.
I think I got Octopath Travelers like a week later, so you'll probably get it on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah. So I agree with you, and there's just because we were just talking about the different classes, because there's like the tactician. It's like, what the fuck is this job?
There's a tactician. There's the thief, which there's thieves in
Fire Emblem has thieves.
Yeah, Fire Emblem, like they'll have that, but like I feel like there's no.
Why does it sound like they're trying to make Disgaea, but they have none of the charm for it?
Well, it's not that they have none of the charm. It's just like when I look at the units that they gave me, is none of them really scream to me as like the heavy hitters or anything like that. Like nobody really seems to have a role. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of see what you can do.
Well, that one NPC character you couldn't play was the heavy hitter.
Yeah, like the one NPC character you couldn't play. And then I guess I might have glossed over this. I haven't realized the guy who was up on the horse was your main character because he died and I lost.
Yep, that's what happened to me last time.
And
exactly
I was like,
what happened to me.
This? You're not the person who they introduced me to.
Yeah, nope, didn't realize it. Sent him right in because he was like the best fighting character you had.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, I'm just gonna send ahead because that was the other problem too. Like you had him, he was a good character. There was another sword guy who wasn't as bad, but then you had like guy who fights with shield.
Yeah,
who was just like just a tank. He just really wasn't
just
great
push people.
Yeah. Then you had the two spellcasters, the fire one and the ice one, which have like weird fucking ranges on them.
Yeah,
there was another. Maybe it was that one. Like there's some of the attacks that they have just have like the weirdest ranges.
Yeah, like nothing reached.
Yeah,
and
I'm like way too far.
Yeah, and like so many of my characters got killed because my healer couldn't reach them even after I moved, and they weren't that far away from each other.
And the healer range was weird too.
Yeah,
like it was just kind of like all over the place.
So
yeah, it was.
My other issues with it is it seems like the combat, what they want you to do is attack from behind, while also simultaneously having somebody in the front to like be there to catch the person while they're lacking. So like I would never put somebody in front because they always want you to hit from the back because you get like critical hits from the back. And if you position somebody in the front, you're not going to get that critical hit. But if you don't position somebody in your front, you're not going to get that bonus hit and do less damage. But like I said with the units before, like there was not many units on the field that I felt like could do a lot.
Yeah.
So like I would have like the shield bash guy would be in the front or in the back, and like I have like the thief in the front, and like he would bash them. Then the thief would be like doink with his little knife. And I don't know. I didn't care for it. It doesn't seem like they know what they want to do with the units. It doesn't seem like they know what they want to do in terms of like the actual combat itself yet, which I will send them a copy personally of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance and say, hey, just do this. But like everything else about the game seems pretty cool. Like the art style we've already talked about because it's Octopath basically. And it's very nice. Mm-hmm. And like the music's cool. Okay. The voice acting is as terrible as Octopath voice acting is. That shit was terrible. Yes. So
I don't think there's a single standout. No one was like absolutely horrible.
No.
But nobody was what I would consider like good. It's like, hey, they found people on the street. They're like, hey, would you like to try to be a voice actor?
It's not the worst voice acting, because the worst voice acting I've ever heard is the English for I Am Setsuna. That was terrible.
That was terrible.
Oh, no, there's one that's worse. I swear I've said it to you guys before. But keep talking. I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah. But yeah, as of this point right now, like I want them to send me, and I'm going to go back and like do the other battle, hopefully, so I can actually finish it and give them a fleshed out opinion of what I think about the game. That way, like I can at least feel like I contributed to the betterment of it. Because I want this game to be good. It's just in its current state, I would not pay money for this.
Okay.
At all. But then, while you're looking for that, Mike,
I found it. It is going in general right now.
Gotcha. And I just wanted to mention, because I know I shared it to you guys, the HD 2D title generator.
Oh,
I was just looking at it.
I've seen this video.
Immaculate.
I know this video.
I've said it to you guys before. I know I have.
Yeah.
What game is this?
What does it say? It doesn't say. I don't know.
Karen? Uru? Nicole sounds like he dragged everyone into role playing.
I'm reading it here.
I have no idea what this is.
This is a PS2 game that was really
Karen's
bad.
voice actress is just not having it. No, so the HD2D title generator is a bot on Twitter that just spits out random titles for HD2D projects. And I think the first one I sent you guys had me fucking rolling. I forget what it was though, but it was like Glockenspiel something, and it was just great.
Well, the one you sent us was Mini Beach.
No, that was mine.
That was yours.
That was mine.
The original one I sent. Oh, please pull it up. Oh, damn it, because it was so fucking funny. But like, some of the names actually could be real projects. This one's Impairment Nephew.
Oh, I think yours might be removed because it doesn't show up anymore.
Maybe. That makes me sad if that's the.
Yeah,
I can't scroll through because they post one and they post a new one every hour, so I can't.
Yeah.
Project Metaphor Sexuality. Project Bicuspid Ballcock.
Yeah, there's some pretty good projects here.
Yeah, there's a lot of good one.
Quince Smoggy.
Project Somewhere Oregano. So if you have a Twitter and you want just, random funny things popping up. Stepmother Enactment. These are all very
sounds awful.
Party Tornado. I like Project Party Tornado.
I like that one too.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
I like this one. Project Help Taxi Cab.
Yeah, I like that one too. It sounds like a game show.
Yeah.
Project Geek Matchmaker. That sounds like a game show.
Oh.
The fuck? So yeah, look them up on Twitter because this is
Project Unicycle Software.
Project Robot Juice.
Project Suicide Email.
That just sounds like Fatal Frame.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah. Strawberry Island. So yeah, it's wonderful. Sweater Hiccups. That's ridiculous. And that voice acting, like you said, was terrible. So
Project Trial Sock.
Ew. I don't like that. No. Nope.
Project Halibut Text.
Ooh, that one didn't. I don't want to read that one because that one didn't. I like that one.
I know which one you just saw. I almost read it out loud too.
Oh nope.
I do like Project Illegal Appendix. That was pretty good.
Black
Project
Market
Ferry
Organ.
Booty.
Yeah.
But it's the boat, not like FAA.
Yeah.
So yep.
All right.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think I have anything extra to say on Triangle Strategy, other than, like I said, I actually wouldn't bother to finish it level this time. I mean, story didn't really wow me any further, even when I got to the end of the chapter. So
you're just like, whatever.
I guess.
There was like a little twist, but it was like, oh, nobody cares. Little twist, like
little twist.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like they got to be, just kind of like side note. Like, I feel like they got to be kind of far along in development.
Yeah.
They already did like the voice acting and everything, and I bet someone like just was like, hard stop. Something needs to be fixed on this game because this is not working. So, I don't know. Anyways, that's all I've been playing. I don't think I have anything else.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Nick, is that all you got?
Is that all I played? I played a little bit of Apex. Surprise, surprise. There's a new event right now, so that's cool.
Don't you get it on the Switch?
I did not get it on the Switch. It did release. I do want to try it though, however, because I've heard good things about it. Because I was playing actually on PC last night with somebody who was playing on the Switch, and from what they were telling me, their frame rate never dipped below 30.
That's pretty good.
And I'm like, okay, that's not bad. And I think they were saying in docked mode it's running 720p, and then handheld it's like 546.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's about.
And then I was watching comparison videos today, like side by side PS4 Pro compared to the Switch, and it's like the typical stuff that you would expect to be dumbed down on the Switch. So like, weather effects aren't as nice. Character models are a bit dumbed down. Like my poor girl Bangalore was looking a little dopey. She didn't look very good on the Switch.
Did you see the Crash 4 for Switch?
No.
Okay, yeah. So Crash 4 for Switch is actually looking pretty good. It's doing the same thing essentially. But it is a locked like 30 FPS for the most point as well. So I feel like a lot of the people now that are making these games or porting these games are being like, we just need to lock this at 30 and be done.
I will say,
more or less.
Food for thought. This should actually give you a little bit of confidence in the game. It's Panic Button who did it. And they're the ones who did like the Doom port to the Switch. And they seem like they're kind of the go-to studio to do this kind of shit now.
I know people really enjoyed this Doom port on Switch.
Yeah. My main concern with that game being on the Switch was literally the frame rate, because that's such a heavy movement based game that if you don't have the proper frame rate, you're not going to have a good time. So locking it to 30, smart. Like you're not trying to go above and beyond, and you're definitely not going to drop below. So that was definitely a good choice in that. I'm debating on trying it. However, it's a pretty hefty download. It's 25 gigs, and I don't know if I have that much space free. I gotta see. But you do get like some bonuses for trying it out on the Switch.
Well, that's nice. I just had to archive something on my Switch because I have like 400 gigabyte card. Yeah. You guys know I download everything. I finally maxed that out. So I'm like, what are these games am I not going to play anytime soon? And I was like, well, Dragon Quest 11. I'm like, I play the shit out of you. I'm like, I don't need you on the Switch right now, so you can go wherever you go. So,
but yeah, so if you want to try it out, no fine.
Yeah. So Brandon, do you have anything you want to talk about?
Actually, Nick started talking with me about something, so let's get back to that for a second.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So you were talking about the Japanese
Maki
girl in
Ito.
AEW. Yeah. So essentially, they recently had a women's tournament to see who would fight the current champion of like the women's world champion, and Maki Ito actually got knocked out pretty early in the fight, but people loved her so much that they brought her back as a surprise guest for the pay-per-view.
Wonderful.
So she was a surprise guest first and foremost. She appeared in the buy-in, which you can watch for free on YouTube because they always show their buy-ins for free on their YouTube channel. And the thing about her is you're saying that she's just a Japanese girl that learned the word fuck, more or less.
No, she's like a fallen idol who is just extremely fucking rude. Like, she has a tweet from March 8th.
She got fired from being an idol because she was too rude, more or less.
Yeah,
she didn't actually get fired. AEW. She's currently in an idol group, but continue.
She wrote, "I have arrived, motherfuckers." It has a picture of her in front of the AEW stuff.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing she does. That's just her character, but she's really fun. She has this diving headbutt that looks like someone that just stops point blank, and like a cartoon character slowly falls over and lands on the person below them with their head. That's her diving headbutt, which is fucking great.
I'm about to post something in the general chat that I absolutely loved.
So yeah, she's this is when that girl that she's fighting there.
Yeah,
that's actually the current world champion of AEW for the female side and everything. And she's very crazy. She's very silly too, and she is a lot of fun. So yeah, that's Shida versus Maki Ito that you're showing. But yeah, she's a very crazy person.
Oh yeah, I love it.
But yeah, this pay-per-view was actually really good for about 80% of it. And then the gigantic finish that was going to be heard around the world, where they were literally going to blow up the ring because of the barbed wire death match that I've talked to you about before in the past, Nick. The bombs didn't go off. They malfunctioned. They literally couldn't get them to detonate. So they stood there looking really stupid. It was so bad because there was a live audience there that you could actually hear the entire crowd chanting refunds and booing the whole thing by the end of it.
Wow.
Luckily, yesterday they actually salvaged it on the new episode. Maki Ito came back for the new episode of Dynamite, so apparently she's staying in the United States for right now. And they also were able to get the people that were supposed to get blown up that didn't get blown up because the bombs didn't go off. They got them to do a promo that was really good. and they've set them up some matches and stuff, and they did a really good job of salvaging that whole thing. But no, just in general, the pay-per-view was a lot of fun until like the last 10 minutes.
Mhm.
But the way they handled that yesterday was fucking phenomenal. I'm not going to go into that because that's like major spoilers, but also I probably shouldn't talk about some of the things they said on the podcast, because it was actually quite yeah. But just in general, I liked the pay-per-view. It was fun. That's pretty much all I did this weekend. I watched that. I watched it twice. I watched it by myself with Katie, and then my mom wanted to see it also because I got her like addicted to watching wrestling. And I watched it with her 2 days ago.
Amazing.
So I watched it a second time. I mean, yeah, it's just something we've been doing for a while now. It's great. This is good. I had a lot of fun. I was very disappointed in the original ending, but I'm very happy with how they brought it back. And like you said, Maki is fucking fantastic and one of my favorites. Other than that, I haven't played anything yet, really. But I am looking at something that I kind of want to point out to you guys, because I just found out about this game. It's called Cruelty Squad.
Okay.
I think I may have mentioned it to you, or maybe off the air or something, but apparently it's a game that's made specifically to be as bad as possible. But like, it's an art form, how mismatch of colors and shapes and everything and designs the game is. Like, it's basically modern art, but in a video game format. It's cyberpunk, and like, it's very kind of postal, if you've ever played that game or know of that game.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very gritty and over the top and everything, but like, it looks like a child's coloring, so
wonderful.
It doesn't really matter.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very, very odd. I'm going to show you a screenshot. Actually, you know what? Just pull it up on Steam real quick.
What was it called again?
Cruelty Squad. Here, I could post it in the general. All right, there you go. There. Now you can see how.
Oh God.
Looks. Yeah, it's specifically designed to be as big of a mess as humanly possible, and it's kind of an art form how awful it looks. But apparently the game is, well, as you can probably see, it's overwhelmingly positive.
It looks better than Cyberpunk.
It does look better than Cyberpunk. I'm really looking at picking this one up. I'm thinking about getting it sometime soon. So yeah, that was things I'm hoping to have played by next week. Not that I have played, because I haven't played anything this week.
There's a fishing update.
Yo, I'm in it.
Amazing.
I'm in it.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's very me.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Actually, it is very you. There's a very you game. I don't even know what to describe the art style as, though.
It's a mess. That's the
I would
best way to
describe the art style.
It's like
this
90s screensaver.
This is what happens when you finally escape the Windows 95 screensaver maze. That's when the fun begins.
Yeah. So good. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's fucking weird, but I kind of dig it.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yep. So, I mean, that's it. That's really all there is for me. I'm kind of haven't got much to talk about.
Okay. You guys ready to move on to news then?
Sure.
What do we got in news? 20 new Bethesda games are coming to Game Pass. Well, I guess the prelude to the story, before we say this, is that the Microsoft and Bethesda merger is actually official now. That just happened this week.
Yeah.
So they are now one happy family. Microsoft, I guess, also kind of like hand in hand with this, did kind of come back and kind of just reiterate what they said before, where they were just like, yeah, guys, we're going to do what's best for Xbox. So that means that not all games are going to leave the Xbox ecosystem. So that came back through again, but they haven't reiterated beyond that yet. We know that Bethesda still has some standing deals with Sony that they have to honor. So there are those things. But other than that, now, if you have Xbox Game Pass, you do have access to 20 Bethesda games.
Also
not
worth
yet.
noting,
They're not out yet.
Tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow.
What's worth noting is that some of the games actually have FPS boost and all that shit happening with the X and S consoles. So that's neat. And it looks like you're basically getting anything worth playing. So you're getting every Elder Scrolls from 3 on. You're getting Doom, like every Doom.
I'm a little surprised we don't have the Evil Within 2 on here.
That's a big one. I was gonna, because Nick was like, anything notable, and I was like, well, the Evil Within 2 is way more notable than the Evil Within 1.
It's actually better than the original. Yeah, in every way, shape, and form. It's a great game. I'm a little surprised it's not here,
Interestingly
but it
enough,
might be held up somewhere.
Something else omitted from this list. Fallout 3 is not on this list, but 476 and New Vegas are all on this list. Unless, is 3 already on Game Pass?
It might be. Let me check.
Yeah. That might be why that's not on the list, because those games might already be on Game Pass.
Maybe the Evil Within 2 is already on Game Pass. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Let's fucking check, shall we?
Fucking check.
Yeah. Where's the Game Pass games, damn it? There we go. Let's check. I accidentally clicked Explore EA Play, and now I'm just like staring at Madden, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Fucked up.
Okay, here we go. Let's type in Evil. Only Resident Evil is showing up, so yeah.
What about Fallout?
Yeah, check Fallout 3.
No, only New Vegas and 76.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah,
so
that's weird.
There's a lot of games coming. They also kind of danced around whether or not newer games that aren't a part of their contracts are coming to different consoles. So, like, you could very well tell that they were talking about, like, Elder Scrolls and Fallout. And the message that they were basically saying was, this is a deal to benefit Xbox gamers with exclusives. So they didn't say they're not coming, but they also didn't say, like, what they're doing completely. So
still on the they're not coming boat. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think what if, like, the Bethesda games you'll get will be ones that rely on, like, the multiplayer aspect, like where the bigger user base is worth it. So, you know, you'll keep getting like Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 76 kind of things, but I don't know. I like I said, I'd be really hard pressed to see them be like, come get the new Elder Scrolls on PlayStation.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I still think they'd be shooting themselves in the foot personally if they don't do that. But
you know, they have the PC side. Like a lot of people could do it that way. They have the streaming stuff. Like, you have options.
You have options.
You know?
Yeah, you're right.
And it's not like, you know, it's not like Sony's crying about lost sales of, like, The Last of Us 2. You know, like, you need stuff to drive people to your system. Microsoft hasn't been able to make it themselves, and Bethesda's a big win. So I don't know. I say don't share the love. Like, you got a large enough user base between PC and Xbox that you're fine. Especially if you get your streaming service out even better. But we'll see. We'll see. That's a big question mark that we won't know yet. So, but I'm on the record. I don't even know. I'm sure we've talked about it before. But you guys ever notice that, like, I actually, like, put it into the show notes the day of my prediction, September 24th, 2020, that major ZeniMax Bethesda titles will stay 100% exclusive to the Xbox ecosystem. It was on every single
you did
notes that we've done. So I'm sticking to it. I'm holding myself to the record.
I feel like if they do that with Elder Scrolls, that will cause some problems. Especially with forcing people, if they do, to play it through the UMP. Is that how it's pronounced? I don't know. I don't remember what it's called. But anyway, whatever the Xbox Game Pass application is and the Windows game application is, because it's very strict when it comes to modding, and a huge part of Elder Scrolls in general is modding. So if they were to do something like pull a Epic Games, for instance, and not even allow the game to be, like, released on Steam, that will really, really hurt them.
Yeah. I don't know.
I said, we'll see. And who knows? They might just test the waters and be like, we think this is big enough that currently, we don't need to.
Gears, well, if they did that, if they were to do that, they would instantly get the scorn of all PC gamers. Like, that would be a huge thing. Because currently...
Oh, no, sorry, I'm not talking about the PC service, like
you mean the
Xbox
PlayStation side of things.
Yes, I just meant like just
that
PC and Xbox
that I get. I'm just saying, like, if they were to make it completely exclusive, like only Windows Store, only Xbox, that would be shooting themselves in the foot. Because one of the reasons why Skyrim is still one of the most played games on PC and one of the best-selling games on PC in general is because of the modding scene. And the way the UMP, or is it UWP? I don't care what it's called, but basically the Windows service platform, the way that works, it really hinders and will not allow for modding. And if they were to also be like, yep, we're locking it into the Windows Store, then that would absolutely ruin them, probably permanently if they didn't do something about it. It would not be a good sign for them.
Sure, I would not be surprised though if maybe the Game Pass version was locked like that.
No. That's the way Game Pass works. That's why it's fine if they do it through Game Pass and you can play it that way. If you want to play the main game without the modding and everything and you have Game Pass subscription, bam, there you go. Totally fine. Get that. But however, if they were to never release it to Steam and they were to keep it locked onto the Windows Store, because of the way those files run, you can't hook things into them. And without being able to hook things into them, you would not have a modding scene.
So, question, does Microsoft have any track record one way or another on that yet?
Actually, yes, they do have a track record the way that it should be, because they have released Microsoft Flight Sim on Steam. They have released, Doom Eternal now is on, well, it's always been on Steam, but they haven't removed it. They've released Gears 5 on Steam, and they've released other Microsoft games on Steam. But my thing is,
Steam,
if they were...
This is the time frame you're looking at. This is the stuff that we have.
I think a simultaneous release would have to be what they would have to go with in order to not have the PC community mad at them. Because if they're like, oh yeah, you can get it now on the Windows Store, or you can wait a year for it to come to Steam, I think that would be quite bad, just in general. Because, like I said, a lot of the scene for Bethesda games in general, not like Doom, obviously, but your Fallouts, your Skyrims, your Elder Scrolls, all that good jazz are all through the modding community. And to keep that locked to a platform that does not allow the ability to mod would be shooting themselves in the foot. They'd have to do a simultaneous release, and then they would have to push the Game Pass version by being like, hey, subscribe and you don't have to pay the money. If they did that, totally fine. Get that, because then you could just play the main base game on Game Pass and be cool with it, or you can be like, I don't want to deal with that and just buy it on Steam and also have your modding abilities. If they were to do those things, totally fine. But if they're like, oh yeah, you have to wait a year to play it on Steam, I think that's going to bite them in the ass.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. I forgot what I was just going to... I was going to say, people are going to get bent out of shape about something about the game regardless.
Well, yes, absolutely. But my point is, no,
I get what you're saying. I just say, they could make the most perfect game and probably still put it out on Steam, and someone's going to be bent out of shape about something.
Oh, you're 100% right about that. I totally get that. I'm just saying, to not release it would be a big problem.
So we'll see. I mean, I honestly don't see any reason why they would not, because I think they see the value in Game Pass, and obviously it's done really well for them. So unless for some reason the whole PC version is delayed for some reason, which I couldn't see them doing that either. So we'll see. That's got to be coming sometime in the future, I guess. Mm-hmm. So other random Microsoft news. I just saw this again. I just was remembered of it again because I just thought it was weird. Did you see that Microsoft's making those weird ass Pringles?
Oh, the Halo Pringles?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
There's Halo products that don't have a game to go with it. Nice.
Yep. Yeah. But it's based on some bird, right? Some
the
bird.
Moa?
Halo things. Huh?
The Moa bird.
Okay. See, there you go.
Yeah. So you can taste what an extinct bird tastes like.
Nice.
Which honestly, in all seriousness, pretty shitty on Pringles' part. This is a believed to be an extinct bird, and you somehow have found some to crush up their bones and flavor your corn chips.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
That's not cool.
Actually, so this just kind of side story. When I was taking genetics, I think it was last year, we had to think of some crazy idea applying genetics that we know and what we would do with it. And one of the crazy ideas that I came up with was to open a restaurant that served dodo. Just bring the dodo bird back, just so you could eat it.
Just so you could eat it.
I was like, we ate it into extinction, so obviously there must be something good about it. Let's bring it back. We'll have an exclusive restaurant, maybe like a little Jurassic Park style dodo petting zoo. And if it takes off, we add new extinct animals to the menu, like mastodons and things.
Oh, that would be sweet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like $8,000 for like one burger, but like,
people would be right on top of it. Let me tell you. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So that is that news.
Mm-hmm.
Square Enix Direct March 18th. I thought this was. So I don't know. I saw like conflicting news on Twitter. Like I thought one thing I saw said it was going to be like a direct, and then another thing I saw said it was going to be just about one specific game.
No, so they announced it today. So it's happening March 18th, and what it is a 40-minute showcase that's going to be showing off new stuff as well as updates for other stuff. So
there it is. I posted in the chat.
There's a world premiere of new Life is Strange stuff. There's some other Tomb Raider, or not fucking Tomb Raider. Well, Tomb Raider's there.
Also,
other Square Enix stuff.
Outriders, Marvel's
Outriders
Avengers,
there,
which I don't know about that. Tomb Raider 25th anniversary, new Square Enix Montreal games, Just Cause Mobile, and Balan Wonderland. Which Balan Wonderland, pretty excited for that.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you guys saw the leak, but there was a leak of what the Tomb Raider 25th anniversary is basically going to be is all 3 games available in one pack of like the newer Tomb Raider games.
Mm-hmm.
I did see that. Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be coming to Game Pass probably too.
Okay.
So yeah, there's some new stuff coming, but fuck Marvel's Avengers. Apparently also Taito. I didn't realize Square Enix owned Taito.
I didn't either.
Because they're also showing off stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Did not know.
I think the interesting thing about Marvel's Avengers is how they got just completely decimated on Reddit the other day.
Oh, because they're like, hey guys, it takes really long to level up, and they're like, okay, make it even longer.
No, it doesn't. The problem wasn't leveling up. It was actually at like a perfect point from everyone I know that played the game. They said the issue is there's no content once you've like ended the game. There's nothing. Once you roll credits, there's nothing for you anymore. There's no point to continue playing. So they were like, all right, well, let's make it harder to roll credits by making it so it takes longer to level up now. And that was their fix for not having enough content.
I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, they went to Reddit and explained everything. And everyone's like, yeah, this is a terrible move. You know how Anthem took away the one thing that made their game interesting? Yeah, you're doing that again. Stop it. Bad Square Enix. There's like just a whole bunch of people ripping into them.
Lovely. So, I don't know. They might have cool things to talk about, but they also, I don't know. I'm interested in the Tomb Raider stuff. That's cool. But I already have all 3 of the games, so fuck it.
No, I think it would be great. I mean, we'll see what ends up happening with it. So... I don't know. They said that Life is Strange has the new character has an exciting new power. It's like, okay, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I didn't care about the last one.
Yeah, the last one was actually kind of shit.
I feel like that game just kind of like ran out its novelty. Like the first one was great, like in some ways. But it's just like, I just don't know how you would build on such a thing for it. I don't know. But that is a question we always pose at like Game of the Year a lot of times too. And we're like, you know, games that deserve a sequel doesn't necessarily have to be like a direct sequel, just something in the universe. And some games nail it, and some games don't.
I mean, the first one was good, the second one wasn't. And it's simple as that. It's not really...
simple as that. And then wasn't there that other game that was in the same universe? Tell Me Why or whatever the fuck.
I don't think that's the same universe. I think that's.
I thought they were saying that's the same
game.
Oh, it looked the same. Oh, no, it wasn't Tell Me Why.
It was the one with that kid.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that was a prequel.
Gotcha.
And that was free for everyone.
Was it good?
Captain, I don't know. I think
Captain
I'm
Toad.
pretty
I
sure.
like that game.
Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
Yeah, that's
that was free for everybody.
Yeah.
I almost spent $60 on it.
Yeah, well, that's more than you would have had to pay if you bought it on the Wii U.
I know, Sam. Like it was a $40 game. Someone gotcha.
Got them.
Yeah, so I don't. We'll see. We'll be able to talk about that next week then, because that kind of times up nicely. Animal Crossing Build-A-Bear. I know people are bent out of shape about this.
Why?
Wait, I saw people excited about this.
Because they're
I'm
like,
excited.
it's gonna get scalped. It's gonna get scalped. I won't be able to get any.
I am going to be a 27-year-old man standing in that line waiting to make my Build-A-Bear.
So what are your Build-A-Bear options then?
I don't know. Yeah, Animal Crossing. I'm gonna try and build a Tom Nook and then see if don't they have like voice boxes there?
I think so.
I was trying to make a Tom Nook that says, "Give me my fucking money." Where's my fucking money?
Have my money.
Villager, I know you're here, you fucking nerd. Where's my money? That's what I want.
I like it.
I'm with it.
I don't know about that, Chief.
I'm cool
Why
with
not?
it.
Why no penguins? There's so many. There's
the penguins are fine.
Villages.
I meant the Tom Nook giving me my fucking money.
Well, if you would throw a voice box in there, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, it's my voice box.
Yeah.
I can record a fart into it.
Fuck, just buy a voice box, slice open his ass, shove it in there, and sew it back shut.
Yeah, just slice his ass open.
All right, boys.
Right through his ass.
Sounds pretty good.
Right through his ass.
I'm gonna zoom Mike in so he could guide my my knife, because I don't know where I'm cutting. I don't understand Tanuki anatomy, and I know the human body isn't quite different from Tanuki, so I'm hoping he can help me do this.
A lot of mammals have generally like the same like features. So
I think there needs to be, there's like 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be like 7 degrees between like you and then like some sort of mammal, because I want to know how close I am to being another creature. Like what parts would have to be added or removed from me to make like another mammal?
I don't know. That's a good question. So
I do know how far I'm away from like a raccoon.
Like, I mean, like, there's some things that are like really interesting. Like, all mammals have the same amount of vertebrae. So, like, you have the same amount of neck bones as a giraffe. Like, neck and back bones as a giraffe does.
Covered. I can be a giraffe.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay. That's it.
So there you go. And like a lot of the bones are like just they're the same bones. They're just placed differently. So it's interesting.
Yeah, you can just reorganize me into a giraffe.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly,
kind of like the human centipede.
Is there a way that I can donate my body to science upon my death, but specifically to rearrange my bones into some sort of weird mammal creature, then give that body back to my family and be like, I don't remember him looking like that.
There's gotta be
something's wrong.
I was just reading a story the other day. I mean, we're like way like right angle stories right now. But there's this guy, I guess so, is like he was like in his 20s or whatever. His uncle died like a long time ago in like a car accident, and they donated his body to science. And so he was, turned into a skeleton in like some medical school. And then like last year they contacted him and they're like, all right, we're all done with your uncle's skeleton now. And they're like, what do you want to do with it? And he's like, well, I don't know. And so like, I guess he went through the trouble of getting it back to the US.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was thinking about it and he's like, I want to turn my uncle's skeleton into a guitar. And he goes to his mom and is like, hey mom, because his mom was the only living relative of this uncle at this point. And he goes, Mom, he's like, I want to turn Uncle Skeleton into a guitar.
Uncle Skeleton.
Like, yeah, she's like, oh, you can't do that. That's like horrible. It's evil. And he goes, he's like, let me ask you this. Do you think he'd rather be a box of bones or be turned into a guitar? She's like, I guess he'd rather be a guitar.
I mean, listen, if my future nephew can belt out Stairway to Heaven on my bones, let him do it.
Yeah. So and he made a pretty rad looking guitar.
You should try and make some butt rock with the bone
yes.
guitar.
Yeah.
Specifically, you gotta get, what's the ass bone? What's the bone in your ass?
You talking about like the coccyx?
The coccyx, yeah. That's what you need for butt rock.
Mm-hmm.
You need a butt bone. It's not real butt rock unless you have a coccyx bone on your guitar.
Yeah, exactly.
Apple Music gets the entire Astro's Playroom soundtrack tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I thought that Apple Music was so dumb before I got it, and now I really enjoy it.
I'm sure it'll be somewhere else also, but I'm just saying, yeah.
I'll check
Yeah,
Spotify.
usually everything
Spotify
is
gets a
on
lot of video game
Spotify.
soundtracks.
I hope so, because I want to just hear "I'm Your GPU" again. Oh, dude, you know what was announced? The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Oh yeah, that game looks fucking
Dude, it
rad.
looks so fucking good.
I'm not a Ninja Turtles person, really. Like, I'm that weird level when you don't hate something, but you also just never got into something, so you see it and you're like, I appreciate you doing your thing, but I don't like. I've never played you.
Every Marvel thing. Yeah.
What?
I said it's like me with every Marvel thing.
That's like me with like pizza at a Chinese buffet. But like,
you don't like pizza?
I like pizza. I don't like Chinese buffet pizza, but I respect what it's doing.
Well, no, this isn't the same thing. You like pizza, and I'm guessing you also like Chinese buffet.
Not anymore. Not in recent years now.
Well, no. I mean, obviously after last year.
I mean, yes, last year was a bad year for the buffet. If you tried to open a buffet last year, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But no, the Ninja Turtles game looks fucking amazing. The sprite work looks phenomenal. Like, even if you're not into Ninja Turtles, the artwork in this game alone is immaculate, and I am a slut for good sprite work.
There you go.
So it looks very good. Games.
Yeah, games.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. I actually love the Ninja Turtles games, so yeah.
Nice.
That is a really old school looking Ninja Turtles game.
It is, right? It looks awesome.
Yeah, no, that was not a slant against Ninja Turtles. Like, it reminds me of the arcade game.
No, it's very good. Very good.
Anything else you guys want to talk about? I don't think we have any other news. Not been a very eventful week.
Not really. I want to share this little weird bit of info. This is mostly for Nick, though.
Was it the Bones thing? Because
no. So you know how the new Evangelion movie is released in Japan?
Yeah.
There is currently a bidding war online for a cam rip of it. There is someone holding it hostage as the first recorded footage of the movie outside of Japan, and they're trying to hold a bidding war in different Discord channels at this moment in time.
Interesting.
It's actually pretty nuts. I've been following and looking at it, and it's just like, the shit these people are doing is crazy.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. Usually just release it.
I've never heard of it either. I've never seen it happen before. So this is really weird.
That's so Raven.
Probably. Anyway, I guess that's
it. Oh, there was one more little bit of piece of news.
Okay.
I guess. Not big news. I just remembered it. It's just focusing on those Super Switch rumors we were talking about last week. But apparently NVIDIA is discontinuing like one of the critical parts.
Was that announced?
They're saying that, not like officially, but they're saying NVIDIA is no longer making the part for the Switch. So
that definitely feeds into it.
Yeah, like it's just, if they're not making that part anymore, it's because they're shifting development. But that also like brings out like a different side of like thoughts though, because if they're not making the original Switch anymore, what is this?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
Like this isn't a Super Switch anymore. This is like guillotine to the old one. Here comes the new one. Yeah. There was some time. I think it was Michael Pachter talk. So that, I mean, it's just bullshit because it's not really like, that's just him just being how he is. But he was really saying that I think it's more like he would like Nintendo to take more of like an Apple approach to their hardware, with like incremental upgrades where all the software is compatible going forward, like kind of like how mobile phones do, as opposed to like the definitive end of generation new hardware kind of thing, which is what game makers have been doing pretty much since the beginning. I mean, if it's the route that Nintendo decides to go, it's an interesting way to go. It makes a lot of sense to definitely keep them competitive with Microsoft and Sony are fully committed to backwards compatibility right now. So I mean, Nintendo would be stupid to be like, no, we're starting over from scratch again, kids. So I don't know. Interesting. Very interesting stuff. That is it. That is all I got. I'm definitely newsed out. So anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap up?
I got nothing.
Nope.
No. All right. Well, then. Thank you everyone for listening to us tonight. I need to like change how I say this because there's no point in me listing everywhere because it's everywhere now. So podcast everywhere.
Pop your head outside and you'll just hear a faint recording of us in the distance.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's coming from church bells. It's coming from the
Game
sewers.
crunch doth come for us all. We
Yes.
will find you. Don't look for us.
Our people will contact you.
Yes.
You got it.
We're starting to sound like a cult, my dudes.
Or Nintendo.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So those are those. So we're everywhere. Spotify, Stitcher, Amazon, all the places.
In the trees,
Mm-hmm.
in the wind you hear blowing through.
It's us.
But if you do want to reach out to us, we are on Facebook or Twitter, or you can send us an email at gamecrunchcast@gmail.com. And I did check, speaking of podcasts being everywhere, the new thing, it does auto-upload the episodes to YouTube.
Oh, nice.
So they are there now.
It's fancy.
Fancy. Oh.
Yeah. So you can go just listen to us on a static version of our logo.
Yeah.
That's your thing.
It's probably also not like correctly sized. So
It was better than I expected it to be.
okay.
I will say. I was surprised because I had issues with that when I did it myself, like when I was uploading the episodes to YouTube myself, because I did that for like a month, 200 episodes ago, and I got sick of it. This just did it, and it was nice, and it looked decent, and it carried things over. So that was cool. Anyways, yeah, we're on Facebook, Twitter. You can send us the email, GameCrunchcast. Brandon, any final thoughts?
No.
No? Okay. Nick?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, with that said, my name is Mike Anastasia. You can find me online. I'm Clash Penguin on Twitter or your favorite gaming console. And until next week, game on.
Game on.
All right. Hold on a second because I'm yawning.
You don't want to introduce the show like that?
Welcome to Game Crunch. Most boring video game podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yep.